We're here in San Diego at the 2015 annual meeting, and I'm here today with Virginia Cervieri,
Yes.
and we're going to be talking on the topic of brands and sports.
Well, I think that the sport industry is very well related with brands, and I think that maybe this is the key of the success of all the sports events that we are now facing.
Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about how brands have an impact on the sports industry.
It's very interesting how many trademarks the companies have to file in relation with brands. Why a product is so famous is because they have a lot of inversion behind the product, not only for the technology, as you say, but also how do they choose the colors, how do they choose the name, how do they do for all the people around the sports. It's not only the consumers, that is, I think, maybe the 80% of the people around the sport, but also the companies. It's not only an IP matters, but now we have also the marketing matter. The people from marketing, okay, they do an excellent job. I know that they know what they have to do, but do they contact the IP attorneys before having they have choose a very good name for a new product, for a new T-shirt, for a new pair of shoes. But what's happening if this name is registered in another country? What are they going to do? Can they change the name for a specific country or cannot do it? So this is very important.
There's a disconnect between marketing and the IP department within these firms.
Yes.
They're developing these ideas, but they're not necessarily consulting with their attorneys to see what the implications are.
Exactly.
And so how do we resolve this matter?
Well, normally you have to, generally you resolve it when you have the problem. No? Normally you have the problem and say, you know what is happening? We have this production, the product is almost ready, it's going to be packed, and we realize that, I don't know, in Europe we cannot use it. So the idea is, okay, try to resolve it before, but normally in this kind of events, you know, Olympics is going to be next year. And I know that most of the brands companies have been working since the last Olympics, surely, but the time, it's crazy. And I understand that sometimes they don't have we don't have, even the IP attorneys, we don't have the time to resolve this matter. But I think the best is have meetings, have a conference, be all the people together in order to, okay, please don't forget to talk about this case. Every time you have a problem, try to resolve it, try to have a meeting, and have everything in order before launching a new case. Yeah.
Within the sports industry, how rampant and how serious is counterfeiting, for example?
Well, you know that when we are talking about the sports, and mostly when major events are coming, we have a lot of anti-counterfeiting. We have a lot of counterfeit problems. When the company develop the strategy of the new product, they must also develop the strategy of the counterfeit. Okay, because sometimes it's happened with the companies that they have the new ball, and the counterfeit was, I think, maybe before that the new arrived. Yeah. And what is more, you know, that we also find that the prices of the counterfeit product they are quite expensive. Yeah. Now there is no too much difference between the counterfeit and the genuine in these kind of events. Yeah. If you are talking about luxury brands, for example, maybe the difference between the genuine and the counterfeit is a big difference. Yeah. But in these kind of events that there are a lot of consumers, it's really, the difference is not too much, but the quality is really, really bad. Now, the counterfeiters, for example, they are not using the brand, but they use a similar product. So it's important for the companies and also for the IP attorneys. Do we have copyright law? Can we enforce based in copyright? Do we have the trade dress? Can we enforce it? So there are a lot of questions and of course a lot of responses that the brand owners and they must have prior to an Olympics or an event like this.
I understand that INTA plans to host a conference
Yes.
in 2016 on the topic of brands and sports.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that conference?
Well, yes. The idea is we are organizing, the INT is organizing a conference, I think it's on March of next year. And the idea is exactly what we were talking about, is have all the players together. People from marketing, IP attorneys, companies, people from press, all together, not just a symposium, but a practical course. Okay. The idea is that I can imagine that the marketing people have a lot of issues, and they are not the bad people of this story, but and even the IP and even the brand owners. So I think it's really a very, very good opportunity. This seminar takes, I think it's for 2 days, yep. And it's going to be a very, very good opportunity to have all the peoples involved, more when we have the Olympics, and more when this is a business that is growing and growing and growing.
Well, that sounds really exciting, and I look forward to this conference, and thank you so much for talking with us today.
Okay, no, thank you very much.